Miami Hotel at Miami Beach, Florida, the National Broadcasting Company presents... Tonight, starring Steve Allen, Eydie Gorme, Pat Kirby, Andy Williams, Steve Lawrence, Kit Henderson, and Gene Rayburn. Tonight's special guest, the Calypso Eddie Singers, and George DeWitt. Now here he is, the star of our show, Steve Allen.
Thanks very much, Gene. Thanks a million. Well, to you folks who are just joining us, I want to say we're glad to have you with us, and I think we are going to give you 60 minutes. That'll give you something to talk about there before we get off the air. A lot of the folks are still talking about the dog races from last night. I was very fascinated by it. You know, I finally found out what makes the dogs run after the rabbit. You know what, Stan? The rabbit is dipped in gravy. That's a fact. Not many people know that, but it's true. Cat gravy. Works out very good. We have a wonderful technical crew here tonight. The WGBS gang and our own New York fellas have done a great job under pretty difficult conditions. We have, for example, over 50 spotlights on the program. They're not to light up the show, they're to keep the people warm here. Everybody's huddling with their backs up to the lights and it all that. No, it's not that cold. It's getting warmer every day, and it has to, that's right. What else could it do? You know, they're doing an awful lot of TV shows from these hotels around here, and actually, I guess the... how are you, Lamont Cranston? Nice to see you. I guess the guests are not quite used to it. Last night a woman called up the manager here and she says, there's a strange camera in my room, and there was all sorts of problems. We finally got everything straightened out. You know who I was talking to last night? You might have heard me mention that he was here Monday. I was talking to Hal Block. He's connected with those wonderful Magna electric cigarette lighters, you know. Did I tell you about that, Stan? Hal said that it was so windy on the East Coast Monday night that the wind blew Mary Martin all the way down to Miami. Peter Pan style. I have just been handed a card telling me that Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Dorsey are somewhere on the premises tonight. We're certainly happy to have them with us. Jim, where are you? Somewhere there in the front. Oh, boy. That light scared me. I thought the sun just came out there for a minute. We do have a wonderful crowd. I want to thank these people, too, who are so wonderful to come out here every night and sit with us. I guess we have a different crowd every night. It's very swell of them. Now, I'd like you to meet a young lady who is going into the pool. You may think, so everybody's going into the pool these days, especially on these Miami shows. But in the pool, as I was just telling our Eastern viewers, there are two manta rays or stingray. What kind of rays are they?
They're leopard rays.
Leopard rays, I see. Well, anyway, they're rays, and you're not going to get me in the water with them. There's also a shark in there. There's a porpoise. And a few other slimy creatures. We are indebted to all these killers, or for all these killers, to the Miami Aquarium. They brought in...
I brought you a present from the Miami Aquarium.
What's that? Oh,
well,
I'm sorry.
Let me put it down over here.
You may never live to get in the pool. I'll beat you to death. I'm sorry.
Can I show him to you?
Yes, I'll trust you. What is it? Yuck. Is that an octopus?
That's an octopus.
I may go in the pool right now. Yuck. This is getting to be the creepiest program on television. I've heard people say, you keep us up. From now on, it's you give us nightmares. How old is he? Whoops. Keep that little bird in there. Ooh. What do you call him? What's his name?
George.
It may be George by you, but it's sickening by me. Can you hold him up there for a second? Not too close, of course. There he is. And now he goes into the soup at the noshery right after the program. Don't... Whoops, everything is blown all over the place. Don't step back there. This young lady's name, by the way, is Jean Mosley. Is that how you pronounce it, Jean?
That's right.
You almost stepped on a friend of yours.
Oh, that's all right. He's pretty tame.
Yeah, he's tame, but it's not nice to be stepped. How old is he?
Gee, I don't know how old he is.
That's all right. You don't even know how old I am, so that's okay.
They get to be, 300 or 400 years old, I guess, but I don't think this one's more than, we'll say 50.
Oh, yeah? Geez, big. Will he grow any more?
I think so, a little.
What does he weigh now, do you know?
Well, I imagine he'd go 250, 300 pounds.
I'm going to put my hand into that picture just so the folks at home can get a relative idea. Pat him on the head.
We have a man here that caught this turtle. He's pretty good at getting him to open his mouth real loud. Shall I call him?
Sure.
Emil Hanson.
Mr. Hanson, front, please. A customer just brought this turtle back, Mr. Hanson. The arms are about an inch too short. We'll have to have it taken in and run around the shell. Would you do that?
This is Emil Hanson.
We caught down the bay a while back.
How do you open his mouth, Emil?
Grab him in the eye sockets.
Grab him by the eye sockets? There's a song title if I ever heard one.
You know, he can crush a broomstick with his jaws.
He can crush a broomstick?
Oh, yeah, easily. Very easily. We meant to have one along to demonstrate, but we forgot it.
You
Just
know,
a little bit cold. He's very sluggish tonight.
You know, we brought the tools along. We thought maybe you'd like to give him a pedicure.
So we have them over here.
Would you like to do that? You see these barnacles? They have to be cleaned off every so often, and then they grow nails on their flippers over there.
Couldn't we call room service? I mean,
I think you should give us a hand here with him.
As long as I don't give him a hand, I think we'll be all right.
Just we call Woody Woodford, the other gentleman from the Aquarium over, and we'll get busy.
Okay, let's see. You actually clip his flippers?
Absolutely. Cut the nails off of them. You see the nail over there?
Oh, yes.
If we don't, he scratches the glasses. Mr. Allen, this is Woody Woodford.
Hello, Woody.
Hi, Mr. Allen. Very glad to meet you.
I've seen you in the cartoons many times, and it's nice to have you here tonight.
Here.
What's this? Oh, there's a piece of wood. Huh?
Will he eat that?
Are you your ledge? You'd eat it. Crush that broomstick. Tote that barge. I guess he's, this kid is going to need glasses after having his eyes open, mouth open like that. And there he goes. Watch your toes. Just got back from some vaudeville shows.
You're a poet, along with other things. I see you're going to be a spectator in this.
Yes, you see very well. The lights are good here.
Front or rear?
All right. Do you want me to go in, or do you want Mr. Woodford to go in and get him?
I'll go in and help.
There they are with a regular sort of a file, just filing down those points. As far as you know, the turtle doesn't object to this, huh?
No, sir, but it helps the glasses over at this aquarium. You know when they swim right next to them?
Uh-huh.
And,
What is the underside of this shell? Is this shell, too, just like...
Yeah,
membrane.
Hello in there. Can you hear me in there? Hello.
if you were...
All men are fools! What's that?
If it was a little bit warmer, he'd be much more active. See, it's a little bit from the cool side.
Well, aren't we lucky? Well, that's just great. Evidently, Woody is going in the water now because he's, I know they won't let him in the nursery like that. You have the underwater breathing bird and the flippers, huh?
Right.
Woody's up here. There, you see him on your cameras at this moment. Can you say anything in there? Can you talk in the tube?
No, I cannot talk in the tube. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I cannot talk in the tube. I'm sorry.
All
I'll
right.
leave it out till you're through talking.
No, we're through. What are you going to do when you go in the water?
You want a ray?
Yes, bring me a ray.
Any old ray.
Medium rare. With octopus sauce. There he goes into that water. We'll follow him with the camera in a moment. What's Woody's last name?
Woody Woodford.
Woody Woodford.
Uh-huh. Have you been out to our aquarium?
No.
Well,
Where is
that's
it?
an embarrassing question. You better come. It's over on the Rickenbacker Causeway.
The Rickenbacker Causeway.
Rickenbacker Causeway, uh-huh. Over on Key Biscayne.
Oh, yes.
We're open for near all day long up till 9 o'clock at night. You better make it.
Uh-huh.
There he is.
Here, who is?
Your customer.
Well, how do you like that? Can you see this? Can we get a camera rolled in here or something? Look at that face. Wow. I saw one of these working with John Wayne once, but I've never been actually this close to it.
These are some of the bark that are gotten off of the...
The barbs, you say? We're getting a great picture of the crowd here. They're beginning to look like a golf match or something. I don't know. I'll tell you what happens, and we'll call it a radio program. The stinger has been removed. Sure, from the fleshy part of the man's leg. Of course it had. Oh, is this a stinger?
Each one of them have 5 on there when we catch them.
Here's where they go. Right here. See, these have been cut off.
Oh, yes. I'll tell you what, could you bring the ray over here, or would he, would he Woodford? Or would he, die or something?
Where do you want him?
Wait, the folks at home can get a good look at him if you bring him up in there. That's the stuff. Look at how long that tail is. Is that called a tail?
Yes, that's the tail.
I think I better put him back.
They lay right on top there, and they come up like that.
I see. Yeah, you can put him back there, Gene. It's kind of a pretty thing, actually. I mean, the leather is pretty, or whatever you call it. Look at those barbs. I can see how this would hurt, you know, just on the basis of having it stuck in you. But is there any poison in it?
Yes, there is. There's a poison just almost like a rattlesnake bite. Can make you...
How big do they get?
Those spikes get a good bit larger. Mr. Hanson can tell you a good bit more about that than I can.
Mr. Hanson, you want to join us over here? Mr. Hanson, would you step over here, please? What were you saying?
This is about as large a barb as you'll see. They have 5 of them laid one above the other. Out the tail, and when you step on them, they come up against your leg or something.
They could certainly kill,
See,
couldn't
look
they?
back there, they really poison. Some people are very allergic to it. But, of course,
Well, that's unbelievable. Incidentally, how are we doing with the shots on the underwater camera? Are we, Dick? Oh, they weren't planned for now. Oh, I've been...
He's going to get you a shark if you want a shark.
Yeah, if they do have that, yes, there are the pictures we've been asking about. There's Woody down there under the water. And he's looking for a shark under there. I think that was a...
See the ray?
Yeah, there's a ray.
There's the ray, and there were some fish in the foreground. You know, we've got about 300 fish in there.
My
You wouldn't
goodness.
know it, though. They're staying right down at the one end of the pool, underneath your camera.
I know they couldn't get a room here.
It's kind of crowded. Those are angelfish now swimming across the screen.
They're pretty.
Uh-huh, they're very pretty. There's black and some blues in there. We've got
Whatever happened to Woody? I think maybe the shark got him or something.
Don't turn around. Here he is.
Well, isn't that cute? A little baby shark. How old is he?
Well, I doubt that he's more than a couple of months old.
Could he eat anything? I mean, bite
Yes, he's been known to bite people when tormented or played with. Say, "Aw for Daddy."
All men are a fool. For you folks who wonder why we're saying that, in the early portion of the show in the East, there was a lady kept saying it, I guess. Oh, dear. Well, folks, I want to thank you an awful lot. We're going to be doing some more, I guess, with the water and with you a little bit later. But for the moment, we'll send out for hot lemonade or something, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Thanks very much, Gene.
Thank you.
And thanks to your friends, human and otherwise. Oh, boy. Been having an awful lot of fun down here. We'll be doing the show here, incidentally, till Friday. So we will. What's the order of events now? We have a word from Gene Rayburn? Uh-huh. We have quite a few notes from the audience, but I don't know how many we're going to have time to get to right now. Gene has a word for us. I wonder what it is.
The word is, look at that beautiful hair. She's got that suave look. Look at that beautiful hair. She's got that suave look.
She sure has, boy, and this is what gives your hair that suave look. Suave. From the picture, what else? Helene Curtis's suave hairdressing. Believe me, there's nothing, I said nothing else in the world that makes hair so beautiful, so soft, so manageable as Helene Curtis Suave. And it's so easy for any woman to have beautiful hair in just seconds with Suave. No matter how dull or dry your hair may be right now, Suave can solve your problems instantly. Stroke just a little of this light, pleasantly fragrant hairdressing in your hair, add a few strokes of your brush, and a new kind of miracle takes place. Your hair will be sparkling with highlights, and even hair that seemed hopelessly unmanageable seems to fall into place all by itself. It has that healthy-looking glow without any oily look or feel. Because Suave and only Suave contains greaseless lanolin. So,
get Suave, use Suave, condition with Suave. Your hair will be lovely with Suave.
Very pleasant tour of duty tonight. Get Helene Curtis Suave hairdressing. Choose liquid or new cream Suave, whichever type you prefer. You Suave, you Slav. Remember that? Good old summertime. Look at that barb, will you? Let me see. Who's going to sing now, huh? Andrew Williams? Moon Over Miami. Everybody's laughing. No, the only reason there isn't a moon over Miami right now is because none is scheduled, because there are no clouds in the sky. That's a straight line. Andy, wherever you are, come in.
May come true when the tide comes in. Hark to the song of the smiling troubadours. Hark to the throbbing guitars. Hear how the waves offer thunderous applause after each song to the stars. Moon over Miami, you know we're waiting for a little love, a little kiss on Miami shore.
Here we are again. I think I'll try a shot of this to keep warm. Great climate, huh? Nah, everybody's swinging here. Nobody dies in Florida, the healthiest state in the Union. If you look sick, they ship you out of the state. That's the way they go. Do. Incidentally, all you folks who are sitting outside with us tonight, as soon as the program's over, we're going to heat up the pool and serve coffee, so don't rush inside. Everything will be taken care of. A couple of fellas, 7 or 8 of them, as a matter of fact, just ran over from a spot they're working here in town. We had them on the show last year in our last program of the series of 5 we did here, and we had a lot of fun with them. They actually have appeared in many of the nation's leading nightclubs. They do get to travel around, but they're sort of associated with this part of the world. Are the fellas all set? They're not ready yet. This could turn either into a 9-minute introduction, or we could change the subject and go on to something else. I guess they're ready now. We must be living right. We're having good luck tonight. Let's give a nice welcome to Calypso Eddie and the gang down on the beach. Here they are.
I will keep my young big walk at home. Wow! Hold him, Joe, don't let him go. Hold him, Joe, off my toe, donkey want water, 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 donkey want water. Like a boy from Tazabad, little town in Trinidad, came by name, know your town, dressed up like a circus town. Just on a saxon and ladies lead a rubber band. Ask them what the ladies sing, Tiger boy began to sing. Give me beat to buy, give me beat to buy, give me beat to buy, ma. There's an old Calypso bebop. Ah, Tiger met a gal in town, said that she would take him round. Said it was a Beverly, so she showed him the Brooklyn Bridge. And he took her to a show, they sat back in the last row. Tiger asked her for a kiss, all she said to him was this: give me beat to buy, baby, give me beat to buy, baby, give me beat to buy, ma. There's an old Calypso bebop. Put it in the bar and set, take a drink, you won't be flat, and your man will always give you some. The night, Saturday night, and the wonderful light, in a jigger of Jamaica rum.
Calypso Eddie and the gang. Are we going to have them back for our beach party Friday night? Wonderful. Tom tells me that comes up in a few minutes, incidentally. Gene, Tom tells me that comes up in a few minutes rather than right now. That's what I know you are, but Tom says it's in a few minutes. Talk to Tom, Nod. Everybody's having a few little... Sure. Oh, man. Yeah, as I was saying a second ago, we're going to have a big beach party here Friday night because we have a big beach. We're going to have Calypso Eddie and the gang back to give us a lot of local color, and we're also going to have Augie and Margot, the wonderful dance team that so many of you commented on last night. And, of course, we'll have the palm trees and their waving limbs. How are you? Here's an added starter. Somebody called in a while ago and said they'd like to see all of the girls again. Would you girls like to line up on the desk and stay there for a moment? We'll get a long shot. Can you pan up there, Hem, with that camera? Whoops. Are these still Nettie Rosenstein suits? At the moment, those are just Nettie Rosenstein legs you're seeing. There's a little bit of the material. And the camera goes up, and there you have it. Now the camera moves back and forth. And those are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the reasons why a lot of folks like to come down here to Miami Beach. Have a wonderful time. That has just about taken up another one of our 30-minute periods. We're going to be back. We have some more underwater trickery for you. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I think Skitch Henderson is going to wrestle a 40-foot alligator or something, but we'll figure it out in just a second if you'll hurry right back.
Wally Cox and 7 other great comics on the new NBC Comedy Hour Sunday night on NBC television.
We decided we'd open this portion of the show with one voice screaming, "Is this it? Is this the Calypso rhythm?" to give the kind of natural feeling to the program. Everybody likes to sing Calypso down here, and we discovered a local group. You think Calypso Eddie and the gang are good? Well, they're great. But until you see these fellas, they're called the Four Freems, you have not seen any Calypso entertainment. Here it is. The camera's going to pan that way right now. Whoop-de-hee. Whoop-pa-cha-la-la-la.
I came down to Miami Beach to find myself a pretty peach. I looked around, what did I see? A million peaches looking for me. Hey! Miami Beach for me, Miami Beach by the sea, where everything is free. Miami Beach is the place to be. Let's get you! I checked into the Saxony. I asked the boys for the place to the sea, the ocean view. I paid the price. The Pacific Ocean is very nice. Miami Beach for me, Miami by the sea, where everything is free. Miami Beach is the place for me. Andy!
Then I go into the sun to get a suntan, which is fun. 7 years on the beach, I can't move for 7 weeks.
Miami Beach for me, Miami
by the sea, where everything is free.
Miami Beach is the place for me.
Hey, Gino!
To the racing track, see if I could win some jack. On a dog I made a bet, that dirty dog didn't come in yet.
Miami gonna see,
while the boat is free.
Miami Beach is the place
to be.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That was wonderful. Thank you. We're doing more thank yous than we usually do because we're a little bit short of mics and cameras. And we have to use every bit of space we can. I'm going to move this up about an inch or two now. I'd like to introduce a young man who is a great favorite anywhere there's a nightclub that features good, solid comedy entertainment. Also, you've seen him on a lot of your favorite TV shows, and he's a particular favorite down here in Miami, sort of a local fellow. Well, he's going to work here, I believe, and I'm sorry, but you're coming to me a little bit too late. Let's welcome George DeWitt. Here he is. How you doing?
Oh, well, thank you, Steve, for having me on. You know, this happens to be my home, Miami Beach.
That's what I was just saying.
And I live down here at the Fabulous Racket Club. And, oh, I didn't thank you for that Remington shaver
well,
that you sent me for Christmas. I thought it was a wristwatch. I've been wearing it for a month.
Didn't work out.
We'll get laughs out here in the cold weather. I wouldn't say it was cold here tonight, but I saw two trees rubbing their palms together.
You're off to a flying start. George, I'll get out of you. You want to work over here? Yeah, it's all wet. The turtle was over here a minute ago, and it's very moist.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, can I lift the mic up? I won't get a shock.
Where can I put it for you?
Well, right there. That's about
right
all right.
Okay.
Sure, that's fine. You know, living down here in Miami, Steve, you get to work for all walks of life. People from all over the world. We get tourists from the east, the north, the south, and the west, so you have to sort of mix up the jokes. First, for the southern folk. It's a story about two Greeks. They were southern Greeks. They would go to Hialeah track every day together and play horses. One Greek had a habit of losing $500. The other would win $500. So the losing Greek called the winner over one day. He says, Greek, hello, Nicola. He says, every day, Greek, I go track with you. I lose $500. You win $500. How come? The other Greek says, you don't go to the church and pray. So the next day, the Greek goes to church, prays, goes to the track, loses $1,000. He calls the winner over. He says, Greek, hello. He says, you told me to go to church and pray. I go to church and pray. I go to the track. I lose $1,000. How come? And the Greek says, which church do you go to? He says, the one on Lincoln Road. He says, you idiot, that's for the dog track. A lot of Greeks here, I tell you. But, you know, I had the pleasure of opening last year's hotel, the Fontainebleau, and, yeah, I did. You talk about a high-class hotel. I went down to the pool one day to take a swim. The lifeguard said, where are you going? I said, I want to take a swim. He says, you wear a tuxedo around here. Sure, I'll get laughs, Steve. They're laughs, but they're frozen laughs. I can't wait to get back to New York so I can get out of these heavy clothes. And we're warm down here, but I remember the first night I walked in the Fontainebleau, I said, I think I'll take a walk around the pool. You talk about a high-class place. You walk in the washroom, they got a 12-piece band. Piano player would have been enough. Ha, 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 together. Now, I was walking by the pool. There was two fellows playing gin rummy. One fellow, as he was dealing the cards, happened to knock a quarter off the table. The bellhop passing by picked up the quarter. Says, excuse me, sir. He says, this is a quarter. You dropped it. The fellow says, it's not my quarter. He says, I'm a bellhopper. I saw you hit it with your elbow. It's your quarter. He says, it's not my quarter. So the fellow playing gin rummy leans over. He says, Milton, it's your quarter. I saw you hit it with your elbow. He says, shut up, you dummy. If I take the quarter, I have to give him $1 tip. We would like to, I'll tell you what, how much time do we have, Steve? We've got 12. Oh, sure. You know what happened last year here? I was doing the impressions here and I fell in the pool. But this year we can't do it because of sharks, manta rays, MCA agents, gag writers, blockers in the pool. Everybody's in the pool. And, you know, you analyze Hollywood today. Hollywood's all mixed up. You take that Gary Cooper. What would have happened, Skitch, if Gary Cooper were to sing a cha-cha-cha like Sweet and Gentle? You be sweet and gentle, cha-cha-cha. And I'll be sweet and gentle, cha-cha-cha. Or, for instance, if Peter Lorre were to sing Darktown Strutter's Ball. I'll be down to get you in a taxi, honey. You better be ready about 8:30. You know what intrigues me? Liberace. I would love to see Liberace cast as a gangster. Can you see him walking into a scene saying, stick 'em up, ladies and gentlemen, all of you. My brother George and I want your jewels and your money. We like to play a game of impressions, and we'll take a song like, you call out any song at all. Any song. Call one out. I can't give anything but love, okay? We'll take that song in the key of F, Skitch, about this tempo. We'll do all your favorite singers, actors, dancers, nightclub owners, and Greek waiters. Here's, Martha, here's a fellow you hear 2 or 3 nights a week one night a week on the NBC network, Mr. Perry Como. All right? Now I can't give you anything but love, little baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, little baby. Scream a while, scream a while, baby, doing a mambo, and I guess all the things Hoagie Carmichael dreamed of. Gee, I'd hate to see you looking so swell. Louis Prima, hair white, a diamond, and bracelets. The Woolworth doesn't sell. Johnny Ray, but until of a day, you keeps me warm anyway. Here's the fabulous Mr. B, Billy Eckstein. I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of. Billy Daniels. You dream a while, you scheme a while. Yeah, I'd sing another song for you folks, but my fingers are chapped. Happiness and darkest backstroke. Sing the song, man. Eat the opinza. A diamond, a bracelet's a Woolworth, a dozen a sell. A little baby, a say, chingy, doo-wee. Bogart. All right, baby. Move the table while I'm on. Sounds like another impression. Here's some of the old timers like Ted Lewis. I can't give you anything but love. Is everybody happy? Ted Lewis's son. Are my father's friends happy? Larry Richmond said, yes, sir. Because when we say yes, sir, because if we were to get the bottle and stay home. Al Golden, happiness. And I get Larry Parks. And Joey Lewis, Vincent Lopez, and his piano came out, but there was no room for a groom. And the greatest of them all, Herbert Marshall. Here's the old groaner, Mr. Bing Crosby. That's the old groaner, Bing Crosby, come to the old... I'm out alive, brother. Brother Bob came around last week. Doobie shut up. I said, free golf up there, Pebble Beach, get up there. Time out of mind because we know how to get back here. I got back. So cold the horn won't blow. I'd like to meet my friend, Mr. Bob Hope. Incidentally, watch my show, CBS, Name That Tune, Tuesday night. Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bob Saxony Hope. Hear the story about the guy that drove his wife crazy? Never talked in his sleep, he just grinned. Harry Truman. Oh, I can't give you anything but my daughter Margaret. Here's the Academy Award winner, Mr. Marlon Brando. Hey, look, Stella. Don't call me slob. You know what I mean, baby? I mean, not in front of my friends. That's right. Your sister Blanche, she came here for a weekend. She's been here 9 years. You know what I mean, baby? Oh, but this year you saw a new Brando thrilling Broadway with his rendition of Shakespeare, Julius Caesar. Hey, look, Brutus. Hey, you two, Cassius, come over here. You and Jack LaMotta, come over here, that's right. Hey, look, you two, Portia. Hey, Polonius, don't call me slob. Not in front of the Romans here, you know what I mean, baby? That's right. We're taking out of Hollywood, California, where we hear the voice of Mr. Dean Martin, formerly with a vagabond. Dean Martin, what?
George, there's a shark in there. Fathead, yes, George.
Hello? Chester Williams is for you.
Thanks a million. Let's hear it. George DeWitt. There he is. There he is. Stay on him. There he is. Swell, sir. I was just about to change underwear here, and I'm still on the air, huh? Swell. George is, what hotel now, George? What hotel is George working at now? What hotel are you working at?
CBS.
He's, no, are you working locally here, anywhere?
I live here.
He lives here. You call this living, huh? No, actually it is. Or, I mean, he did. That was a very cute spot. We are going to have a song in just a second or two. My function here tonight seems to be to just talk until the songs get ready or something. She ready now? This would be a good time. No, she isn't. He says yes, she is. I'd like to say a few words about Texas. What I actually do want to do is take just a couple of seconds to give some very well-deserved thanks from our gang here to some people that we are very indebted to. First of all, to Couture Motors. At least that's the best I can do with the pronunciation. Hi, Ted. I didn't even know you were here. Ted Harper just flew in. The Couture folks were kind enough to provide us with 750,000 automobiles, which we've been driving all over town, causing quite a traffic problem. And also I want to thank Seacoast Appliances. They're the folks who let us have these 20 television sets that we put all over the Saxony, all over the lobbies, outside here, and the walls, the various places. So the folks who are seeing the show outside, and inside for that matter, could see what was going on. Seacoast Appliances. You couldn't actually do a show like this in another city if you didn't get a lot of help from the local people, and we are very grateful. Thanks again to the WGBS guys. And I could go into the Gettysburg Address here, but how are we fixed for music? Eydie's going to sing the very popular song of the day. Let's welcome her as she does Cry Me a River. Here she is.
Come on and cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. You drove me, nearly drove me out of my mind. Why you never shed a tear. Come on and cry me a river. Cry me a river. I cried a river over you. I cried a river over you.
Funny wildlife. That was a great big porpoise you were seeing. It was in the background. It made it look small. The people you see jumping around behind me, I should say, are going to play a little water game here, believe it or not. And as I understand it now, am I right, Tom? The object of this game is to swim to the other side, take off your nightgown, put it on your teammate. Tom? Is the object of the game to swim across to the other side, take off your nightgown, give it to your teammate, and he or she swims back in it or what? All right. What say, George? What are the rules? I don't even know what the program is anymore. What are you talking about? What are the rules? We're making it up as we go along. Here we are back in the early days of television. Incidentally, I understand that Jake LaMotta, great prize fighter, is here with us tonight. Hi, Jake. How you doing? Yeah. You have a hangnail? I'm hung with the whole program. You're worried about one nail. That's all right. I think we have ourselves pretty well organized here to lose the whole program. Somebody hit a 1, 2, 3 noise, and we will start. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Cheating. All right, that's the end of the first game. You there with the lights, that's the fellow. There we go. Oh. Congratulations. Anyway, what we're going to do now, we're going to have some bicycle races. Here comes one of the bikes.
How do you get the gnats off?
You take the first turn on that wooden plank, George. You're going to be first in line. You ready?
Hey, you're Steve Allen.
How are you?
I know you.
I wish I did. Get down there on that board. Here's what we're going to do. Tom, George is going to start from this end, and the traffic is going the other way. Lots of luck. We're going to have a race and see how many can get across. However, you'll find it's tough unless people get on the bicycles. We have very little luck with the bikes getting across empty-handed. George, the first bicycle is yours. No, not the girl, the bike. I say, grab a bicycle and see if you can make it across the board. Wait a minute. Traffic now is going the other way. I'll get out of the way and you can take pictures of these. No, there he is. Strike one. That's our producer, Tom Nod, in the water. And now on the left side of the field, here goes George DeWitt. Go, George. Next to try is Andy Williams. Andy Williams, now going across. Andy Williams.
Jamaica, I didn't like gnats off.
Try the same road again. Here goes Andy Williams. On that narrow board across 8,000 feet of water with manta rays, sharks. And here is Wet Tom Nod once again. Go, Tom. Go, boy. Look out. In just a moment, Skitch Henderson is going to try to go across the board. Over there. George DeWitt is now signaling. He's going to make it in 4 seconds. It's a girl's fight. No, George. He's made it again. There goes Skitch Henderson. Skitch Henderson at the other end. We have just received word that the gentleman who provided us with these bicycles has just killed himself. So far, we haven't heard from the sharks. Here comes Tom again. He's playing it cozy this time. Here he comes into your picture. Whoop! Preacher Rollo and the Dixieland group are swinging out some fine Dixie style right now. George is starting from the middle this time. Whoop! We're going to have fricassee of entertainers here. Funny picture with the bike underwater. Can I see that picture again, Ham? You see the bicycle underwater? There it is. Mute testimony. Well, that about wraps it up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's been the Hal Block Show. Coming to you once again from Syracuse, New York. George, thanks a million.
Steve, I didn't like Nassau, Jamaica. I'm having a wonderful time here. I want you all to come down to Miami Beach and we're having loads of fun. Won't you join us?
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, band. Good night, Skitch. Good night, Eve.
Did she protect her home or commit murder? Jan Sterling stars in The Unfaithful on Lux Video Theater Thursday night.
On NBC television.